Hey everybody, this is Laurel from the North Raleigh Seed Library, riding along with Vickey Baer. Say hi, Vickey.
Hey, how are you?
And we figured we would take you on our little girls trip back from picking up plants. And we are going to have an interview here because Vickey knows everything about plants, and she knows everything about thrifting, and she knows how to do yard decor. So I'm going to ask her a ton of questions, and we're going to do our interview in the car. I'm going to slide this up a little bit because it's resting on the armrest. So if you're getting dizzy watching this, just close your eyes. It's going to be fun. All right, right along with us. Okay, Vickey, you ready to do
I'm
this?
ready, let's go.
Okay, first, what did we just eat?
We ate beef sticks.
Yeah, we had to start off with Slim Jims
Yeah,
because
Slim Jims. Oh, it was so good.
what's a road trip without a Slim Jim,
That's right.
And coffee. She's got her
I
coffee.
got my coffee and I'm getting ready to get a ginger ale.
Okay, here goes. First question. We just went to a really cute little nursery, and I got a bunch of coleus, and Vickey was saying that you can put coleus out. It won't overwinter, but it won't die in the cold.
Not real cold. You don't want to do it real cold, but it looks beautiful. It's so pretty. Coleus are so pretty. They don't really have a lot of blooms, but they're beautiful colors. You'll love them.
And I can put them in my window boxes.
Oh, and it's be gorgeous.
So
Gorgeous.
that's the plan for the window boxes for this summer. We're going to do
Right.
coleus. Okay, now, Vickey is like one of the best thrifters in the world. I kid you not. So, what are your secrets on thrifting when you're looking for yard decor? I mean, are there any tricks, or is there something you're especially looking for? Okay, tell her about thrift stores.
Thrift stores, I found a wagon that was really nice. I used in my garden for $30. Really nice wagon. And that cart, so I can cart all my stuff around in it. And I also found a wheelbarrow there also that I used for at the thrift store, and it was $20. And I found a lot of beds on Facebook Marketplace and hung them on the wall. Well, my neighbor's ugly fence, I put it there. I put beds all on the wall, and it looks really cute. And I found at the thrift store a wall hanging that had fish on it. And my last name is Fish. Well, my main name's Fish, and my married name's Baer. So I put those fish on the wall too, and that made it look pretty. And I found a couple of suns, you know, like a metal sun, and I put them on there because that makes me happy when I'm out in the garden to see a bright yellow sun shining. And I found a lot of containers when I go to the thrift store, and I love to go to junky thrift stores. Like if you're on the road and you're going to the beach, or you're coming back from the beach, it took me hours to get home because I stopped at every thrift store. And I forgot, I bought me a man while I was gone, and he's out in my yard.
She bought a man, she said.
I bought a man, and I put him in the back, and I told my friends that I just left the beach with, and we're going to the beach again this summer. But I came to all the thrift stores on the way back, and I found that man, and I put him in the car, and I said, "Look, girls, I found me a man. He's in the back, and I'm taking him Raleigh with me." And he came from the antique store. So if it's a junky looking store, you can find some good stuff in it. And I love looking for garden stuff. You can get signs, you can get containers, unusual containers to put stuff in. So, but my big find that I love the best is my wagon that I bought on Marketplace. I went all the way to Fayetteville and bought that wagon, and I decorated it every holiday. It just had a great big Easter bunny in it, and it had a big basket that Laurel gave me that I could put Easter eggs in. So it was just a great find that I did at the thrift store. But don't stop. Don't say, "Well, that one looks grungy," and don't stop. You better stop, because you'll find something now, and I'm sure. And especially when you got about 2 hours or an hour somewhere you're going, so you just stop and look. I mean, you don't have to tarry long. You just look and go out of there if you don't see nothing. But we got good ones in Raleigh too. Don't miss out on them. See, check them out.
Well, I really like the idea of decorating your fence. I put that espalier on mine because I just hate to see see a blank fence. It's just screaming for something to be done.
Yes, and his is ugly. And he has bamboo on the other side that I have to cut down all the time and throw over his fence because I'm not cleaning up his bamboo. Sorry.
So the other thing that you've got are arbors. Have you ever found an arbor at a thrift store or something you could use for an arbor?
Oh yeah, I found stuff that you can use for arbor. I love arbors too. They're really nice. And I found some cute, now this wasn't at a thrift store, but to add on to my fence, I found some artificial flowers that were so pretty. But I bought them somewhere and I hung them up on the gate. It looks so pretty. It looks like you have beautiful, beautiful flowers, but they're not real.
I do artificial flowers at my yard too. I mix them in with the real and you can't tell the difference.
And these hang on the fence, got a little thing on the gate, so it puts a smile on your face when you're going to the front to the back. So, yes, and I have a lot of things that I collect, but one thing to collect is old chairs. I like fixing them up and selling them. That's a fun thing. I find them on Marketplace. But they look pretty out in your garden.
Well, what do you do for like around a mailbox for your garden?
I got shelves.
That's a good idea.
I went to the beach and some little kid was saying, I'm a sucker for little kids. And the little kid was selling these shelves and they were painted. He had painted them. So I put them around my mailbox because I love the beach now. I'm a beach person. And so every time I go to the mailbox, I think about the beach. With that little kid, I bought the shells from him. I think it was $1 or $2.
We were just talking a little while ago about how you have all these plant memories. Like you put, like the shells brought up the idea of the little kid at the beach, and just all the plant gifts that you've gotten through the years makes you remember that person that shared them with you. Some of the people you were talking about, Vickey used to work at the senior center, and some of her members would share things with her. And tell us about a couple of those plants.
Yes, I only had one man. He was special. He did a lot of planting when I worked for the senior center many years ago because I had small kids then, so it was a long time ago. But a lot of the seniors wanted to share their plants with me, so I still have them. One I know is a Sweet Betsy bush, but you know what? I don't think they smell as good as they used to. Like when my grandma had one, they used to smell. You open the door and you could smell the Sweet Betsy. But I don't think that man gave me one, and it wasn't as old as my grandma's, of course. But it still smells, but you have to get close to it to smell it. But I still like Sweet Betsy bushes. And then I had a lady that gave me, what are those called? I got to think of them now. Sweet Williams. And I had an 85-year-old lady that came to the senior center. We became friends. And she gave me some impatiens, the old-timey impatiens. They come back. You buy impatiens now. Most of the time they don't come back, but these do because they came from her house. I miss her so bad. And then I had other people give me plants that I had planted, bushes. Oh, I got one was called, it's yellow, got yellow flowers on it. Of course, I can't think of it now, but it's beautiful, and I've shared with people from my garden those. But they're in the front of your house. You can't plant in the back. You got to plant in the front. Well, it's doing wonderful. It's at my fence, and it keeps growing and growing, and babies keep coming, and I need to share some babies with you guys.
Well, I got to tell you, Vickey had some beautiful, I think you call them bluebells. Anyway,
Kentucky
bluebells. And I said, I would like some of that. And I've planted so much stuff over the years, and some stuff works and some stuff doesn't. So Vickey brings all these over to my house, knocks on my door, and I said, oh, thank you so much. And she looks over at my flower bed right next to the door and says, you've got some right there. Oh, and I got to tell you something else funny too. Sometimes, there's different varieties, and all of us don't know every kind of plant. We're experienced gardeners. They know some, but they don't know all the plants. So me, I know enough to be dangerous. So one day you let loose both of us, me being dangerous and Vickey, who's an experienced gardener, and we go to one of the big box stores, one of the Home Depot or Lowe's or whichever, and we're there and we're looking at the garden center, and and we're looking on the table, and there's some beautiful plants, and we just can't figure out what variety it is. It's got the prettiest little pink flowers, and after really puzzling over this, we looked up and realized the flowers had fallen off of the hanging baskets above. So we made our own variety. Well, so thanks for car riding along with us. I tell you, I mean, honestly, this is about all we're going to let you see on a girls' plant trip, shopping trip, because really, depending on who's watching, this could be used as evidence. Hope you have a great day, everybody.
Bye-bye.